Hey coin lovers! Welcome to the Worth Old Coins channel, your place to discover the hidden value and rare facts about old coins. In today's video we're revealing the top 3 valuable coins, and one of them might just be in your collection. So don't skip this video, let's find out their real worth. Top 1. The Germany 5pfennig 1986 J coin belongs to the Federal Republic of Germany's decimal coinage system used before the adoption of the euro in 2002. The 5pfennig was one of the smallest denominations of the Deutsche Mark (DM) currency system, which was first introduced in 1948 after World War II as a symbol of economic recovery, stability, and the Wirtschaftswunder, economic miracle, that rebuilt West Germany. Why 1986? This small copper-plated coin had been circulating for decades, playing a crucial role in everyday life while carrying important national symbolism. The 5pfennig coin, though modest in value, was an essential piece of commerce, used daily for small purchases, vending machines, transportation, and as change in shops across West Germany. The obverse design of the coin features the iconic oak seedling, growing with its small branches and leaves. This design was created to symbolize rebirth, growth, and resilience of the German nation after the devastation of the Second World War. The oak tree has deep roots in German culture and folklore, being regarded as a symbol of strength, endurance, and national unity. The seedling, specifically, was chosen to represent a new beginning for a democratic West Germany, rising again from the ruins of war into prosperity and stability. Around the oak seedling, the inscription, Bundesrepublik, Deutschland, Federal Republic of Germany, appears, along with the year of mintage, 1986. On the reverse, the coin carries the denomination value, a large numeral 5 at the center, accompanied by the word pfennig. The left and right of the numeral are small oak leaves, reinforcing the oak symbolism of the obverse. At the top, a small mint mark, J, appears above the number. This mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Hamburg Mint, one of the official German mints responsible for producing circulation coinage. Each German mint used a different letter to identify its coins, and J was specifically reserved for Hamburg. This system allowed collectors and officials to trace the origin of every coin, an important aspect of German numismatics. The metal composition and specifications of the 1986 5pfennig coin were standard for this denomination. A T was struck in copper-clad steel, giving the coin its characteristic golden color, despite not containing precious metals. The coin weighed 2.0 grams, measured 18.5 millimeters in diameter, and had a plain edge. The use of copper-plated steel was a deliberate choice by the German Federal Mint to balance durability, cost-effectiveness, and ease of mass production, ensuring that even the smallest denominations remained practical in circulation. The Hamburg Mint, J, where this coin was produced, has a long history of coin production dating back centuries. By 1986, it was one of the key mints supplying coins for the Federal Republic of Germany, working alongside others in Munich, Stuttgart, Karlsruhe, and Berlin. Each mint contributed to the massive task of producing billions of pfennig and mark coins required for daily transactions across the nation. The mint mark, J, on the 1986 coin thus connects it directly to Hamburg's centuries-old minting tradition and to its role in Germany's modern economy. By the mid-1980s, the 5pfennig coin was widely used in everyday transactions. Its small value made it useful for small purchases such as newspapers, bread, candies, bus fares, or for use in vending machines. For many citizens, it was one of the most commonly exchanged coins, often found in wallets, pockets, and cash registers. Its role as a change coin was indispensable, even though inflation in the 1980s gradually reduced its purchasing power. Despite this, it remained essential for completing transactions and remained in circulation until the euro's arrival in 2002. The symbolism of the oak seedling on the coin is especially meaningful in German history. The oak tree is considered the national tree of Germany, deeply rooted in folklore, literature, and cultural identity. It symbolizes endurance, freedom, and loyalty. After the fall of the Nazi regime in 1945, the new democratic West Germany deliberately chose positive national symbols like the oak seedling to represent rebirth and peaceful growth, avoiding the militaristic and authoritarian imagery of the past. In this way, the 5pfennig coin served as a daily reminder of the new democratic values of the Federal Republic. From a numismatic perspective, the 1986 J 5pfennig coin is common in circulated form as millions were minted for everyday use. However, examples in uncirculated or proof condition are more desirable, particularly for collectors interested in completing full mint mark sets of German pfennig coins. Collectors often seek out coins from all 5 mints, A, D, F, G, J, with Hamburg, J being an important part of the series. Proof coins struck with polished dies and sold in special collector sets are especially prized for their mirror-like finish and sharp details. The economic role of the coin in 1986 was modest but important. While larger denominations like the Deutsche Mark and 5pfennig carried more purchasing power, small change was vital for precision in cash-based economies. Germany in the 1980s was still heavily reliant on coins and banknotes, with credit card use relatively limited compared to later decades. Thus, even the humble 5pfennig coin was a necessity for daily commerce. For children, it often represented pocket money or small savings, and for adults, it was a practical tool for daily purchases. The 1986 issue also carries historical context. In the mid-1980s, West Germany was at the height of its prosperity, recognized as one of the leading economies in Europe. The Deutsche Mark had become one of the world's strongest and most trusted currencies, symbolizing stability and discipline. The 5pfennig coin, though small, was a physical part of this respected currency system. Its presence in circulation connected every citizen, rich or poor, to the broader economic strength of the nation. The withdrawal of the coin came with the introduction of the euro in 2002. When all Pfennig and mark coins were demonetized, however, many people kept coins like the 1986 5pfennig as souvenirs or keepsakes, reminders of the Deutsche Mark era. Today these coins are often found in private collections, coin albums, or forgotten jars of change, carrying with them the memory of an entire monetary era that shaped Germany's modern identity and historical retrospect. The Germany 5pfennig 1986 J coin is far more than just a small piece of change. It is a symbol of West Germany's resilience, growth, and unity during the late Cold War period. Its oak seedling motif tells the story of rebirth and national identity, while its mint mark ties it to Hamburg's centuries-old minting tradition. Though common in its day, it now stands as a collectible piece of history, reflecting the values, culture, and economy of Germany in the 1980s. Top 2. The Germany 5pfennig 1993 F coin is part of the last series of small denomination coinage issued under the Deutsche Mark currency system of the Federal Republic of Germany before the introduction of the euro in 2002. The Deutsche Mark was established in 1948, following the devastation of World War II, as the official currency of West Germany and later of reunified Germany after 1990. The 5pfennig denomination, though small in value, was one of the most widely circulated coins, serving as an essential part of daily commerce and transactions for decades. The year 1993 is particularly significant because it came shortly after German reunification in 1990, making this coin not just an economic token but also a cultural artifact reflecting a unified nation adjusting to new realities. The obverse design of the coin features the iconic oak seedling, a small sprouting tree with leaves reaching upward. This oak motif was chosen to symbolize the rebirth, resilience, and growth of the German state after the destruction of war and division. The oak tree is deeply rooted in German culture, seen as a representation of strength, stability, and longevity, and thus an ideal emblem for the Federal Republic. Surrounding the oak seedling is the inscription Bundesrepublik Deutschland, Federal Republic of Germany, clearly denoting the issuing nation. At the bottom of the obverse is the minting year, 1993, which ties the coin to a specific historical and economic context. The reverse side of the coin displays its denomination, the large numeral 5 at the center, with the word Pfennig beneath it, clearly identifying the coin's value. Flanking the numeral are two small oak leaves, echoing the oak symbolism of the obverse. The very top, above the numeral, is the mint mark F, which is of particular importance. The mint mark F designates the coin as being produced at the Stuttgart Mint, one of the official mints of Germany. The Stuttgart Mint has a long tradition of producing coins and was one of the 5 main mints operating in post-war Germany, each identified by its own letter: A. Berlin, D. Munich, F. Stuttgart, G. Karlsruhe, and J. Hamburg. The F mint mark ensures that collectors and historians can trace the coin's production back to Stuttgart. In terms of technical specifications, the 1993 5pfennig coin was struck in copper-clad steel, a choice that provided durability and a distinct golden-bronze appearance. Despite the coin not containing any precious metal, the coin weighed 2.0 grams, had a diameter of 18.5 millimeters, and featured a plain edge. The copper coating was essential to prevent corrosion of the steel core and also gave the coin a bright metallic look that stood out among other denominations. The simplicity of its specifications reflects the utilitarian purpose of the coin, to serve as a reliable piece of small change in daily transactions. The Stuttgart Mint, F, played an important role in producing circulating coinage for Germany. As one of the busiest mints, it contributed millions of coins each year to ensure the smooth functioning of the cash-based economy of the Federal Republic. By 1993, demand for Pfennig coins remained high, since Germany was still primarily a cash-driven society, and small denominations were crucial for completing everyday purchases, transportation fares, and vending machine operations. The mint mark F on the 1993 issue ties the coin directly to this industrial and monetary effort. From a historical perspective, the 1993 issue is significant because it reflects the post-reunification Germany. In 1990, East and West Germany were reunited after decades of Cold War division. By 1993, the Deutsche Mark had officially replaced the East German mark in the former East Germany, becoming the sole legal currency of the reunified nation. The 5pfennig coin of 1993 was therefore one of the first small denominations to circulate throughout all of Germany, East and West, symbolizing not only economic stability but also national unity. Holding such a coin in 1993 was a reminder of the new chapter in German history. The 5pfennig coin's role in everyday life cannot be understated. Although by the 1990s its purchasing power had diminished due to inflation, it was still an indispensable unit of currency. T was widely used for paying exact change in stores, buying small items such as bread rolls or candies, and was a common coin for use in vending machines and telephones. Children often encountered it as part of their pocket money, and for many, the 5pfennig was among the first coins they learned to recognize and count. Its small value made it humble, yet it was ever present in daily life. The symbolism of the oak seedling carried additional resonance. During the 1990s, Germany was no longer just West Germany but a reunified state seeking to grow stronger together. The oak seedling, once used to signify rebirth after the Second World War, now could be seen as representing new growth after the division of the Cold War. Just as the seedling matures into a strong oak tree, Germany was expected to grow into a stronger, unified democracy and leading European power, and this way, the symbolism of the coin transcended its small value, carrying cultural and historical meaning. From a numismatic point of view, the 1993 5pfennig coin is not considered rare, as millions were minted for circulation. However, condition greatly affects its value today. Circulated examples are common and usually hold little monetary value beyond their historical interest, while uncirculated or proof examples, particularly those included in collector sets, are more desirable. Collectors often build sets of pfennig coins by mint mark, making the F designation an essential component of a complete collection. The withdrawal of the coin came less than a decade later with the introduction of the euro in 2002. At that point, the entire Deutsche Mark currency system, including all pfennig denominations, was demonetized and replaced by the euro and euro cents. Germans could exchange their old coins at banks for euros, but many chose to keep coins such as the 1993 5pfennig as souvenirs of the Deutsche Mark era. Even today, these coins are often found in old drawers, jars of change, or family collections, serving as nostalgic reminders of Germany's pre-euro identity and historical retrospect. The Germany 5pfennig 1993 F coin represents more than just a small monetary unit. It is a symbol of German unity, resilience, and economic strength in the years after reunification. The coin's design connects to deep-rooted cultural symbolism. Its mint mark ties it to the proud minting tradition of Stuttgart, and its circulation links it directly to the daily lives of millions of German citizens in the 1990s. Though it has little value in modern currency terms, its cultural and historical worth remains significant. Top 3. The Germany 5pfennig 1950 F coin is one of the most historically significant small denominations of the early Federal Republic of Germany, West Germany. It belongs to the first post-war series of coins issued under the Deutsche Mark system, which replaced the old Reichsmark currency in 1948 during the Allied occupation and the early years of West German reconstruction. This coin reflects the early years of the Wirtschaftswunder, economic miracle, that transformed the war-torn nation into a prosperous industrial powerhouse. The 5pfennig denomination, although modest, was crucial for daily life, and the year 1950 makes it among the earliest mass-circulated issues of the new democratic Germany. The obverse design of the coin carries the symbolic oak seedling surrounded by the inscription Bundesrepublik Deutschland, Federal Republic of Germany. The oak seedling was deliberately chosen as a national symbol of rebirth, hope and growth after the catastrophic destruction of World War II. Oak tree is deeply tied to German identity, symbolizing strength, loyalty, and endurance, and the image of a small sprouting seedling perfectly expressed the young republic's aspirations of growing into a stable and free democracy. The bottom of the design, the year 1950 is engraved, directly connecting the coin to its early post-war context. The reverse side of the coin features the bold numeral 5 at the center, with the denomination pfennig written below it on either side of the large numeral are oak leaves, continuing the oak theme and reinforcing the idea of growth and renewal. The top of the coin, above the numeral, appears the mint mark F, denoting that the coin was struck at the Stuttgart Mint, one of Germany's official state mints. Each mint in West Germany used its own letter identifier, A for Berlin, D for Munich, F for Stuttgart, G for Karlsruhe, and J for Hamburg. The Stuttgart Mint was one of the most important facilities for producing circulation coins in the young Federal Republic. The metal composition and technical details of the 1950 5pfennig coin set it apart from later issues. In 1950, the coin was struck in copper-nickel, CuNi, a silvery-colored alloy that gave it a different appearance compared to the later copper-plated steel issues that appeared from 1968 onward. This alloy was chosen in the early years for durability and availability as West Germany was still rebuilding its industries. The coin weighed 3.0 grams, had a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a plain edge. Its slightly heavier weight and silvery look make it distinct in the series of 5pfennig coins. The Stuttgart Mint, F, which produced this coin, has a rich history of coinage dating back centuries, and in the early years of the Federal Republic. It was responsible for striking millions of coins needed to stabilize the new economy. The mint mark F thus ties the coin to Stuttgart's long-standing role in German monetary history. Why 1950, West Germany needed massive amounts of new coinage, and the mints worked tirelessly to meet demand for circulation. The economic role of the 5pfennig coin in 1950 was extremely important, and the early 1950s, the purchasing power of money was very different from later decades, and a 5pfennig coin could still buy small but useful everyday items such as a bread roll, a newspaper, or small quantities of basic groceries. Tea was also heavily used in public transportation and vending machines, which were becoming more widespread in post-war urban centers. For ordinary citizens, the 5pfennig coin was indispensable for daily commerce. The historical context of the 1950 issue is especially noteworthy. In 1949, the Federal Republic of Germany, West Germany, was officially established as a sovereign state under a democratic constitution. The introduction of new coinage was part of creating a fresh identity separate from the militaristic and authoritarian symbols of the Nazi regime. The oak seedling on the 5pfennig coin embodied this new identity of growth, peace, and democracy. In 1950, West Germany was still under Allied supervision but rapidly gaining international respect for its stability. This coin circulated at a time when the nation was laying the foundations of what would become Europe's leading economy. From a numismatic perspective, the 1950 5pfennig coin is of particular interest to collectors because it belongs to the first major issue of the denomination in the young republic. Millions were minted, making it not particularly rare in circulated condition, but its historical importance and early date make it desirable. In uncirculated or proof condition, coins from this era can carry higher values, especially when preserved with their original luster. Collectors often seek to assemble full mint-mark sets of 1955 pfennig coins, with the F issue from Stuttgart being a key part of such a collection. The symbolism of the oak seedling had a deep resonance for the citizens of West Germany in 1950. T reminded them daily of the nation's ability to recover and grow stronger after hardship. The oak tree had long been associated with German unity and national pride, but the use of the seedling rather than a fully grown tree subtly emphasized the idea that the new republic was young, fragile, and still in the process of maturing into a strong democracy. Every time citizens handled the 5pfennig coin, they were reminded of this hopeful symbolism. Over time, the purchasing power of the 5pfennig decreased, particularly by the 1960s and 1970s, as inflation eroded its value. However, in 1950, it was still a practical coin that played an active role in transactions. For children, the coin often served as pocket money or savings, teaching them the basics of financial responsibility. For adults, it was simply part of everyday life, passed across counters, used in cafes, and filling coin purses across the country. When the euro was introduced in 2002, the 5pfennig coin along with the rest of the Deutsche Mark system was demonetized. Yet, many Germans kept coins like the 1950 5pfennig as keepsakes of their early years or family history. Today, the coin serves as a tangible reminder of the birth of modern Germany, representing the resilience of a nation rising from the ruins of war to build a democratic, prosperous future. In historical retrospect, the Germany 5pfennig 1950 F coin is far more than just a small piece of currency. T embodies the story of post-war recovery, the symbolism of rebirth, and the determination of a young republic to grow into stability. Its oak seedling design, mint mark F from Stuttgart, and early copper-nickel composition make it a unique piece of numismatic and cultural history. Though it carried little monetary value in its time, its cultural, symbolic, and historical value today is immense. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.